No, but honestly, another side quest is a detour worth taking today. Okay, so, Sky, I need to start with a confession.
Oh no. What did you do?
I was sitting on my couch, full-grown adult, snacks in hand, completely unbothered, and Mikasa Ackerman looked at the camera. And I sat up. Like my spine suddenly remembered it had a job to do.
Oh, that is wild. That's the big confession? Mikasa looked at you through a screen and gave you instant posture?
She didn't even say anything, she just looked. And I felt personally evaluated, Sky, personally attacked.
Okay, but here's the thing. That's not just you. That's everyone. That's the entire fandom. And honestly, that is the whole point of today's episode.
Exactly. Because today we are talking about the women in anime who walk into a room and the room adjusts.
Yes, the ones who don't ask for respect. They arrive in it.
Stick around, guys. This one is gonna hit different. Welcome back to another side quest, a detour worth taking. I'm AJ.
And I'm Sky. We are back, and today we're going all in on a topic I have been waiting to tear apart honestly, since episode 1.
It's true. Sky sent me a frantic voice memo at 2 in the morning about this. 2 in the morning.
Excuse me, the takes were hot and time sensitive. Sleep is for the weak.
Clearly. Anyway, today's episode is called Unshakable, the women who carry anime. And we mean that with our whole chests.
Because there is a very specific type of female character we're focusing on. We aren't just talking about any character who can swing a sword. We're talking about the ones with that undeniable presence.
Right, where you just know. The second they show up on screen, the vibe shifts. The music changes. Or heck, maybe it doesn't even need to. They are the music.
We've got 11 characters on the docket today. 11. And every single one of them earns their spot completely differently.
Which is why this is actually interesting. It's not just, oh look, she can fight. It's deeper than that. It's about where that confidence comes from.
Exactly. Some of these women are quiet about it. Some of them will tell you, very loudly, with a lot of fire.
And one of them might actually be the scariest villain we've ever discussed on this show.
Oh, we are getting into it today. Buckle up.
We've also got a killer recommendation at the end of the episode that fits this exact energy, so stick around for that. All right, let's get into it. Okay, before we start listing names, let's lay down some groundwork. I feel like the phrase strong female character has become kind of hollow. Like, it gets thrown around so much, it doesn't actually mean anything anymore. Thank you. I have been saying this forever. She can punch hard is not a personality trait. She has a tragic backstory is not a substitute for actual depth. Right, and the characters we're breaking down today, sure, they might have those things, but that's not why they're unshakable. It goes way past that.
So what is the secret sauce then, if you had to define it?
I'd call it total self-possession. They own themselves, completely. You can drop them into absolute chaos, grief, or a literal apocalypse, and there is a core inside them that just refuses to crack.
Ooh, yes. And to add to that, they don't need you to believe in them. That is the real key. They aren't drawing their confidence from the audience's validation.
That is such a massive point. So many characters are written to practically beg for the audience to root for them. But Mikasa Ackerman? She doesn't care if you believe in her or not.
Look, Mikasa doesn't even need Eren to believe in her, which, okay, we can open that massive toxic can of worms a bit later.
Nope, no, we are not opening that door yet. I am protecting our mental health for at least 10 more minutes.
Fine. But the point stands.
So let's use Mikasa as our first anchor, because she's the cleanest example of what I call confidence through action. She doesn't monologue. She doesn't explain her motives. She just does the thing, and the aftermath speaks for itself.
And what I love about her is that her stoicism never reads as coldness. The writing is so careful there. She feels everything. She just processes it by going out and being the most terrifyingly competent person in the room. Which, honestly, incredible coping mechanism.
Right? Therapists might have a few notes on that, but hey, it gets results. Now, let's flip the script completely. Let's talk about Erza Scarlet.
Erza! Okay, the contrast here is flawless because Erza is loud about it. She walks into a battlefield like she already cashed the victory check.
There's a theatricality to Erza's confidence, right? It's almost ceremonial. The armor swap, the dramatic entrance, the absolute speeches.
And it works. Every single time. By all logic, it should feel incredibly over the top. And it does. But you buy it because she buys it completely.
Exactly. She's not faking it until she makes it. She just is it. And she built that armor from scratch after surviving the Tower of Heaven as a kid. It's not just hollow swagger. It's a fortress she constructed to protect her soul.
Okay, but let's throw Nico Robin into the mix here, because Robin operates on a completely different frequency of unshakable.
Oh, yes, go off.
Robin is just calm, like unsettlingly calm. She was hunted by the entire world government as a literal child. She's been entirely alone longer than most people can comprehend, and she comes out of that with this quiet, eerie authority. It's like she's already envisioned the worst possible outcome and is just entirely at peace with it.
Man, that iconic I want to live moment. No spoilers for the uninitiated, but if you know, you know. That moment completely recontextualizes her. Her confidence was never arrogance. It was literal survival.
She looked the entire world in the face and said, "Okay, I'll exist anyway." That's just insanely powerful. Wow, I can't believe I just said something that deep.
Look at you, sky-dropping accidental profundity at the 7-minute mark.
Hey, shut up. I contain multitudes, okay?
All right, so we've got 3 distinct flavors already. Mikasa's action-heavy stoicism, Erza's theatrical armor, and Robin's survival-rooted calm. Let's keep moving. Next up, Riza Hawkeye from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Can we just take a collective breath and appreciate her for a second?
Bro, she is so underrated in these discussions. It drives me absolutely insane because Riza is easily one of the most emotionally complex characters on this entire list.
Because her confidence isn't loud at all. It's precise. Everything about her is surgical. The way she shoots, the way she speaks, the way she carries herself. That precision is her confidence.
She has an unyielding moral code. That scene with Mustang, where she puts her own life on the line to keep him from losing his humanity, she doesn't even blink.
She really doesn't. You never doubt Riza, not for a single second. Even when she's terrified, her self-possession stays perfectly intact.
It's discipline-based confidence. Now, contrast that with Yoruichi Shihōin entering the chat.
Oh, a complete wild card. Yoruichi shows up, casually turns from a cat back into a naked goddess, and expects everyone to just act normal.
And she is completely unbothered by it. That energy carries through everything she does. She's playful, she's impossibly fast, and she doesn't take herself seriously, which somehow makes her 10 times more intimidating.
Because she doesn't need to put on a stern face to prove she's a threat. She will literally clown on you and break your ribs simultaneously without breaking a sweat. Her confidence has joy in it, which is so rare in this genre.
Yes, she walked away from the highest noble positions in the Soul Society on her own terms. She defines herself entirely outside of any system.
She opted out of the machine and chose to thrive with absolute swagger. Speaking of machines, Motoko Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell. Total shift in genre, but she absolutely belongs here.
Motoko is the philosophical heavyweight. She's grappling with existential questions that would cause an average person to spiral. Am I even real? Are my memories fabricated? What makes me me? And she looks right into that digital void and just keeps moving forward.
That fearlessness in the face of existential dread is a whole different level of unshakable.
It's a conscious choice she makes every single day. Now, let's look at the youngest energy on this list, Ryuko Matoi from Kill la Kill. She is pure, unadulterated, feral energy.
She really is. She's brash, she's impulsive, she's a total mess sometimes, and she makes absolutely zero apologies for any of it.
And that's its own unique brand of confidence. She doesn't have a quiet philosophical center or surgical precision. She's just raw, weaponized emotional honesty. What you see is what you get, and what you get is someone willing to fight the entire planet for what she believes in.
I love that you use the word weaponized, because that brings us directly to the darkest corner of this list. Esdeath from Akame ga Kill.
Oh, the villain of all villains. She does genuinely monstrous things. And yet...
Her confidence is chillingly charismatic. She is absolutely certain of her worldview, even if that worldview is the weak die and the strong rule. She lives inside that conviction without a hint of doubt.
Because nothing has ever been strong enough to make her question herself. The show frames her as a fascinating mirror. What happens when you have maximum confidence but zero self-reflection?
Exactly. We're obviously not endorsing her brutal ideology, but as a character study, she's a brilliant counterpoint. Robin is unshakable because she was broken and survived. Esdeath is unshakable because she's simply too powerful to have ever been shaken in the first place.
Ooh, that contrast is filthy. Love it. All right, we have 5 more powerhouse characters to dissect on the other side.
I am genuinely so hyped up by this conversation right now.
Same, because we are hitting the absolute gold standard here.
All right, Sky, lead us off with the human volcano herself, Mereoleona Vermillion from Black Clover. Please, give her the floor.
Mereoleona, the absolute madwoman who grabs her entire squad, literally throws them into an active volcano for a training camp, and just yells, "Figure it out."
She doesn't ask if you're ready. She doesn't care about your feelings. Ready is just something you're forced to become on the way down.
Exactly. Her confidence is pure kinetic energy. It's raw dominance. And she commands absolute respect without using any traditional royal titles. In fact, she actively rejects them.
She literally turns down promotions because she doesn't need a piece of paper to tell people she's the boss. Everyone is still infinitely more terrified of her than the actual magic emperor.
Because she proves it in real time, every single day. And like Yoruichi, she genuinely loves the thrill of it. She is the heat.
Beautifully put. Now, let's pivot to a character who is a lot more complicated and honestly, a lot more tragic. Revy from Black Lagoon.
Yeah, Revy's confidence isn't exactly aspirational in the traditional sense. It's born out of surviving severe trauma that should have completely destroyed her.
Her entire mentality is basically, I have already been through literal hell, so nothing you can do to me can even touch me. It's a raw psychological defense mechanism. The show never romanticizes it either. It's very clear that Revy is deeply hurting.
Yeah, Black Lagoon makes sure you know her fierce, fearless exterior comes at a massive cost. She's functional, she's an absolute demon with a gun, but she is not okay.
And that's an important distinction to hold. Her confidence is entirely real, but it's sitting right on top of immense pain, which brings us to the ultimate contrast on this list, Violet Evergarden.
Oh man, Violet. She is different from every other character we've mentioned today for one massive reason.
She starts her story with absolutely zero confidence.
Exactly. She is technically competent. She was literally raised to be a human weapon. But she has no concept of herself as a person. She doesn't understand emotions, let alone self-worth.
And her entire character arc is this beautiful journey of learning how to feel. She discovers that her true value isn't her utility as a weapon, it's her empathy, her ability to connect with people.
And by the end of the series, the confidence she possesses isn't rooted in survival or swagger or power. It's rooted in purpose.
She writes letters that heal broken families. Her quiet, gentle understanding becomes this unyielding foundation of strength. She proves that being unshakable doesn't mean you have to be loud or aggressive. It can be incredibly soft.
Okay, wow. I did not plan on having emotional feelings on the podcast today.
Sky, this is another side quest. We are always a secret feelings show.
I know, I keep forgetting.
All right, let's zoom out and look at all 11 of these women as a whole. What actually connects them?
They all come from completely different backgrounds, but there's a thread.
They all chose to maintain the core of who they are under immense pressure. They refuse to abandon themselves. And honestly, I think female characters in media carry a unique cultural weight because historically, society tells women to shrink, to be palatable, to doubt themselves.
And these 11 characters are the direct, explosive refusal of that narrative. They take up space without offering a single apology.
Even Violet, who is quiet, takes up massive emotional space, and anime as a medium is uniquely built for this because it's entirely unafraid of extremes. It will give you a woman with a sword the size of a skyscraper, or a woman who literally outran death to write poetry.
That maximalism is why it lands so perfectly. You simply cannot look away from a character who believes in herself that completely.
Boom. I think that might be the official thesis of the entire episode right there.
Write that down, listeners. We found it at minute 21.
As per usual. All right, let's hit our final takeaways. Okay, here is what I want everyone to leave this episode with. We broke down 11 incredible characters today. Mikasa, Erza, Robin, Riza, Yoruichi, Motoko, Ryuko, Esdeath, Mereoleona, Revy, and Violet. 11 entirely different blueprints for what it means to be absolutely unyielding.
And the common denominator? None of them waited for permission to be powerful. They just decided they were.
Exactly. But look, we promised you a recommendation at the end of this detour that perfectly matches this exact energy. And Sky, I know you've been itching to drop this one.
Oh, I have been vibrating in my seat for the last 20 minutes. If you love everything we just talked about, if you want a masterclass in a character who is the literal definition of unshakable, you have to watch the 1993 Battle Angel Alita OVA.
Ooh, a classic pull. Old school cyberpunk flavor.
It is peak 90s aesthetic. You have Alita, this discarded cyborg girl found in a literal trash heap who gets rebuilt. And instead of being a victim of her dystopian, brutal world, she just starts breaking jaws. She has this fierce, beautiful, completely untamable spirit.
It's so good. It's short, punchy, and the animation still goes incredibly hard. So, where can the people actually find this relic, Sky?
All right, tracking down classic OVs can be a bit of a side quest in itself. But right now, you can stream it for free on YouTube. Plenty of high-quality preservation copies are up there. Or you can find it streaming on Retro Crush if you want that official retro experience.
No excuses then. It's right there. So, let's give it an official Another Side Quest rating. What are we talking?
Oh, it's an easy 9 out of 10 rusty cyborg spines. It loses 1 point only because it's just 2 episodes long, and I want 10 seasons of it. But the character of Alita herself? Infinite out of 10.
Fair. Completely fair. It's an absolute must-watch. All right, guys. That brings us to the end of our detour today.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us on Another Side Quest. If you loved this episode, do us a massive favor. Hit that subscribe button, leave us a 5-star review, and drop a comment telling us who your ultimate unshakable anime queen is.
Let us know who we missed. We might have to do a part 2. Until next time, stay unshakable, keep exploring, and we'll catch you on the next side quest.
Bye, guys!